What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the AK Roundtable. Glad to be here tonight. You know how we do it every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just a few housekeeping items before we dig into the thick of it. You're going to notice that my name attached to my window, you'll see it says Asphalt Kingdom. I'm going to click the three dots in that frame, and I'm going to rename myself. Check this out. Watch this. This is going to be awesome. I actually change it to my name and then I type in my email address. And the reason why is I want to make sure you guys can reach out to me at any point in time. Happy to field any questions that you guys might have or forward them through to somebody that might have a better answer than me. And also, of course, you guys should do the same relating to your profile as well, like Cam has. You guys will end up building a really strong network over time, right? As you share your email address out, get to know people. People end up speaking on these round tables, and you end up finding out how to make some really cool connections with people who have been there and done that. And if anyone is off video, I'm going to ask to hop on video. It builds the energy. And there we go. Nick, what's happening, brother? Good to see you on. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, cool. It definitely builds the energy to have everyone live on here and light things up. I often say, success attracts success. That's something that's really important. You guys ever you ever been in a room with a bunch of like real winners, man? You ever been in a room like that? Like real winners? Like people who are just rocking it,
Right
man. Like
now.
right now? Nice. Somebody I'm not sure who that was, but somebody said, like right now, you're saying right here on the round table, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Well, that's what I was hoping the answer would be. But when you're in the room right here and you're around people who are, pursuing, perhaps a path of success, and they're pouring into their evening here to build a brighter and better future, that's something that's pretty darn cool, man. I watched the Pothole Army firing. We've got a WhatsApp group chat, and it's just so cool to see guys, sharing wins and then pushing each other to become better versions of themselves. That's a pretty cool thing. One of the things that I've learned recently, man, this is something that I want to share with you guys, and then I hope maybe you guys can share some of your wins too. But I recently kind of reached a spot in my journey at 46 years of life, building Asphalt Kingdom to this point after 23 years. 23 years later, right? 23-year-old businessman. And I was like looking in the mirror and wondering what I was going to do next, like where were we going to take this thing, man? Like we've built a really cool company, but for the last decade, we've been doing a lot of the same stuff, right? Like we've been pouring out resources, building community, selling equipment and supplies and really, really doing what we do really, really well. But it was like, man, I felt like there was an opportunity for so much more. And I didn't know what it was. And I started to get a little hard on myself, man. I was like looking in the mirror and I'm like, what's Judd going to be doing next with the team? Like, how are we going to leave our mark? Like, am I only going to be remembered, with our team as the guys that built Asphalt Kingdom? Or are we going to do something that has even deeper impact and at a grander scale? And so, where you are in your journey right now is only based upon what you've traveled in the past to where you are in the ultimate present, right? Like that's the truth. It doesn't mean that there may not be something much bigger and different than what you have right now, right? I'm not saying that everyone needs bigger or everybody wants bigger. What I'm saying is it could be different than where you are right now. And I was at that spot where I was wanting to figure out how to do something different. Not completely, but something grander, something different. And so I had this guy come down and visit with me. His name's Jay Duran. Jay Duran. Jay Duran, the culture man. I don't know if you guys have heard of like Brad Lee and heard of Brian Hess and some of those guys, right? Guys who have built really, really fun, big companies that have impacted millions of people. He came down, man, and he asked me, he said, so, like, what's the plan, dude? Like, what's your five next moves? And I'm like, my five next moves, like my five next moves to do what? And he's like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you want to leave behind when you grow old, man? Like, what do you want to be remembered as? What do you want to do? And I'm like, I know I want to leave legacy behind, but he's like, legacy, like what? Like you want books to be written about you and your team? I'm like, books written about me and the team? I'm like, that'd be awesome, dude. Like that would be real cool. That would be real cool. Is it what I really want? Maybe. What are the next five moves that I'm going to make in my life right now, in this moment, like over the next 24 to 48 hours? What are the five next big moves, like action moves, where I'm like Wolverine clawing into a canvas that I'm going to literally attack these next five moves to change the trajectory of not just my life, but everyone's life, even you guys. I was like, I figured it out, man, like in such a short period of time. So, guys, what I will say is I can't disclose a whole lot, but I made a phone call that day that's going to change the pavement industry forever, guys. We're going to have such massive growth unfold over the next decade. Like, we're not going anywhere, guys. We're doing some real cool stuff, not just manufacturing, but brick and mortar, academies, training centers. We're going to do some big, fun, cool stuff, guys, where we don't have to just meet on the round table. You know what I mean? Like we can actually meet at locations, no matter where you're located. We can actually go to places where we're going to have training facilities and get togethers and like inspire and build a culture in this industry that has been missing. We're going to do that. And they're going to write books about us. And so I'm pushing you guys right now in your life where you are right now, no matter where you are in the journey, what are your five biggest moves that you can make to take you to where you want to go? And I'm not saying that y'all want to practice that exercise, man, but I think that do you know where you want, like when you grow to be, that guy that's leaving this planet, man, and going from the physical form to that next form. You guys know what you want to leave behind? Anyone? Any idea? Want to share it?
Better place for family. Person struggles for their whole life to kind of get to where they are at the end, and then your kids have got to start all over again. Wouldn't it be nice to leave something where they could turn around and say, hey, you know what? Mom and dad already opened that up. Let's jump on board with that and take it to the next level.
Multi-generational.
I was going
Like
to
a
say
gen.
something similar. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, brother.
No, he summed it up very well. Mr. Cam summed it up very well. I'm sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. This is good stuff. This is some good meat and potatoes, guys. I mean, that generational opportunity. Do you guys believe? Let me ask you a question, Cam. Do you believe we're in an industry where that's possible to do?
I do. I think there's lots of industries out there that there's opportunities for that. I'm in a different industry right now. I thought when I first started it, I'm my own business owner, but I'm part of a franchise and found out very quickly that there was a glass ceiling to it. And even though it was promised, oh yeah, you can hand this off to your kids and whatever else, once you get into something and start actually looking at it and seeing what how the cards are and how it's set up, can it really get you there? Once again, when you look at what basically I've been, I don't know if Judd remembers, but I chatted with him last summer, um, and it's been a bit of an uphill battle. But we finally received our first machine just before Christmas for line striping, so we're gonna try to break into it a little bit this year. But I can see there's lots of potential there, so it's totally start from the ground up and have at her.
It would seem to me, Cam, like as a multi-generational potential um, And for those of you, raise your hand if potentially that would be something of interest to you guys to be able to leave. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, cool. Yeah, raise your hand if you think that maybe this would be something you'd want to leave behind or pass along, pass a torch. Is that something, or you raise your hand if you're building your business to sell it? You're building it to sell it. Cool. So building it to sell it and potentially pass it along, pass the torch along to someone in your family. Double. You know, it's interesting, right? Because when we talk about that, it means that it's so important to systemize what it is that you're building, guys, and making sure that you're building it almost as though it would be franchisable. You understand? You follow what I mean? If you think about your business as a cake, you want to bake in the bottom layers of this cake, the processes and systems that are really going to be needed in order for team members to come into your business and to have the system and processes in place. And then if you're passing it along to someone, training them, then you want them to be able to be integrated into the system very, very easily with the least amount of friction and chaos. And then if you're selling your business, like I'll give you, I think you guys would agree that anyone that's going to consider buying your business, you're going to want to know that those bottom layers of cake are really, really built the right way to hold the rest of this beautiful cake that might look good from the outside. Do you follow what I mean? As you can have a cool looking website, you can have a cool looking Facebook page and an Instagram page and a LinkedIn profile and a Google business profile with 150 reviews that are 5 stars. You can have a YouTube channel firing with 1,500 subscribers on it. But if the spinal cord of your business is broken, you can end up in a real bad spot. You follow what I mean? And so when I'm talking about what your system looks like as it relates to managing your contacts, your customers, from a lead right through to nurturing for lifetime value, if you don't have some kind of a customer management system to be able to actually keep your customers organized in a platform, if you don't have an acquisition model on how you acquire your customers, whether you're running ad campaigns or whether you're doing outreach like we teach, right? Your prospect list building, where you're doing that through Apollo or Phantom Busters, and you have that prospecting system to then being able to set pavement assessment appointments. You guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you do. Pavement assessment appointments, having the script that someone can follow, right? The stuff that we have in the AK vault. To then being able to actually book the pavement assessment that ends up in your deal pipeline in all the different deal stages. All of the things that I'm speaking about are really important. Then what does your ops pipeline look like from the time you win a deal to then turning it to a work order? Work order to job completion, to invoicing, right? What I'm speaking about right now, if you guys don't have those bottom layers of your cake baked into what it is that you're building, you got to get to work on architecting that right now. Because otherwise, what's happening is we're running our business the way we think we should run it, which is usually the way that most of us fail, or it turns into chaos. Pricing integrity. A lot of us, I think we would agree, a lot of us don't end up with a lot of cash in our pocket at the end of the year once we've paid vendors and laborers and everything else, because we've sold the top line, the revenue, without taking into consideration all of our true underlying costs that are variable and fixed. And so if we take a project and we dig into what the job cost is before we price anything, if we dig into your fixed variable costs relating to your project and we multiply that times 2, Well, now we're at 50%. You guys follow me on that? You need to be able to communicate that with perhaps your children that you're gonna pass the torch to, or somebody who's coming in to buy the business. But Cam, I love what you said there, man, because I think what it turns to is we must build a business that has really tight systems and processes and a spinal cord integrity in the systems that we're actually operating from. Do you think that a company like private equity or a strategic buyer, do you think that they would think that AI is important in your business today? Do you think that you could potentially get more value out of your business if you were leveraging AI and differentiating from other companies out there? Skylar, are you smiling? You're smiling, Skylar. I know you are. You're in the dark, but I know you're smiling.
I'm smiling. There you go. You can see my teeth.
Tell me what are the top 3 things that you look for, that you really look for as you're looking to buy other companies out there right now?
It depends what we're talking about in revenue size. Like if they're sizable, it's everything you're speaking about. If they're not sizable, I'm looking, how can I implement these things and get the arbitrage or the quick growth? How do I take it from $1 million to 2 very quickly just by our systems that are already built and those type of things? But yes, bottom line is definitely 1. A customer database is definitely 2. The automation, sales pipeline. I look for redundancy in positions. Like, is there 2 operators? Is there 2 foremans? Is there 2, sales guys? Because if one leaves, and key man risk, all those things that I would say we speak about very often if the business is sizable. And when I would say sizable, typically like, $5-ish million, you would start to see majority of those things in play. When they're smaller, those things typically don't exist. And like, it's the truth between millions of dollars and, 50 to 200 grand. Like, that's the real difference. Like, people do millions of dollars of revenue. Like, I've looked at companies that do say $2.5 million, and they are worth like no more than a couple hundred grand, because of the lack of systems and redundancies and those things.
110%. So guys, you hear this, right? Like Skylar, where it makes most sense for him, who owns a pavement asset management business and an investor, it makes most sense to hunt for companies that are out there working their ass off, They're actually selling a bunch of jobs, right? They're selling a bunch of jobs. They even know how to make a little bit of margin, and they're even making a little bit of profit. But the company actually, if it was run properly and they understood the components that we're speaking about, you could immediately grow that business by 40, 50, 60, even 100% within a 24-month period. So he's looking for companies, guys, that are not what we're talking about building ideally, right? Unless they're a larger company that he sees as an opportunity that turns into an ATM machine, right? But like, this is really, really important. Do you want to get the most value out of your business if you were to exit it? Right? Like, yeah, for sure, for sure. So who here knows how to exit? Let's say that you build your business. Who here knows how to exit your business with the highest possible value? Any ideas of the few things that you could do right now, like after you leave this call, if you're in the business or building your business? Well, the top 3 things you could do right now. Any ideas? Don't be shy, guys. We're just having fun, right? So come up with one. one idea.
I'm just hopping into this business, or trying to, Judd, as you and I spoke here a couple weeks ago. I would say the number 1, low debt ratio. I mean, if you're carrying a lot of debt, that's a boat anchor.
What's the cost?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Yes and no, I would say. It depends on what the cash flow is on the business, because it's really what it comes down to is cash flow. It's not necessarily debt. Debt doesn't turn me away because it just gets devalued at the sale of the business anyway. The only thing that's of true value is the equity in that debt. But like, if there is $100,000 a month of cash flow coming off of that thing, you can really have some hiccups and still sustain debt. So that isn't a bad thing. If it's over leveraged and it doesn't cash flow, you're sucking all your cash flow dry. Yes, but like,
Right.
that is not a bad thing at all when there is cash flow on the other side of it. I'm like
Guys,
really in this mode right now, so I'm like,
dude,
this
like
is my life right now. I am just underwriting deals all day long. So
I remember 2 years ago when he was trying to figure out how to get the most value out of his business and grow it, right? Like that now he's wanting to go buy businesses. Pretty cool, right, guys? I mean, if you want to take like it was like, well, how do I grow my business from a couple million to 5 million? And it's like, man, that takes a lot of crews to get out there to do it. A lot of work. If you're building all of that from the ground up, right? There's some strategic plays where you can buy that revenue and that profitability pretty quickly when you find the right ones. To give you an idea, guys, like you remember I was saying I was kind of unsure about where I was going and what I was doing, right? We'll just say that you go from being a certain size to much, much larger in one decision. And then you go much larger with one more decision that's bolted onto that. And now you go from being where you were to having way more spread impact and opportunity. It's like the road that we've traveled up until this point has prepared us for you know, this next battle ahead. Bring up the swords, right? Like, it's awesome. And sometimes what we do need to do is we need, in some cases, to burn ourselves to dust so that we can actually rebuild ourselves for the evolution and future of who we want to become. There's a quote somewhere there, Kierkegaard or something, I think, maybe. Cameron, you dropped some golden nuggets in, man. I want to cover some of those. So Cameron, come off mute, brother. Talk to the team.
What's going on?
Hang loose, buddy.
So I had said strong CRM, so your customer relation, and how you're going to run everything in the back end, maintaining all your data, everything compiled all into one, for your numbers, knowing exactly what you're spending, knowing who your customers are, where they're located, your target market area, stuff like that. SOPs, standard operating procedures, crucial, from the start to the finish. When your guys hit a job, when your guys are done a job, what you're going to complete after, the follow up, how you're going to maintain those customers after, and then strong admin and operation. You're only as strong as your team is at the end of the day. You don't want to be doing everything yourself constantly, then you're just building a job for yourself. So if you have a team behind you that's actually backing you and creating a good operation, you can take it, like they said, from a 2 million thing to a 5 million thing once you get your foot out and realize what you truly need to do.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, like if I was buying any of your businesses, I wouldn't want to buy you. I wouldn't want to buy anyone on here. I would want to buy the business. I'm interested in the EBITDA and I want to pay the least for your business that I can negotiate. And then implement the 5 key pillars that are so important in any business. And they have to be tuned, man. When you think of an orchestra, like the violins like have to be tuned, right? The guitar, the drum, the strings, like everything. The harp, dude, that harp has to be tuned. It doesn't happen overnight, guys. You got to put in the work. But it's possible to do it. Any idea what the 5 pillars are? I'll give them to you. You ready? All right, cool. Foundation of your business. the foundation of your business, which attracts people to your business big time. A business needs to be attractive. Remember that cake I was talking about? You need that cake to look real good, man. And so you want to have core values and culture that set up the foundation of your business. You want to have thriving culture in your organization. Buyers care about money, but they also care about a healthy business that has created a reputation of being attractive. Okay. Nothing worse than buying a business that's a dark business or an evil business. Do you follow what I'm saying? Very important. The next thing, your marketing pillar. Your marketing pillar. You have to have the face of your business must be set up on all digital platforms. You have to have omni-channel presence for all of your marketing stuff. It has to be on every platform. And you have to try to keep up with your content. Consistency is key so that you're not looking like somebody who's built it, set it to forget it. You follow? Very, very important. Your marketing channel, your marketing pillar must be able to generate leads. It needs to be a lead generation machine. You need to be able to do paid ads and show that you're able to generate some leads, and you must be able to do it organically as well. If we think about Google and YouTube, we know how powerful those two platforms are. You have Google My Business, you have Google for your SEO optimized website, and you've got your YouTube channel with the SERP settings that fire video back to Google. You guys following me? That's your marketing pillar. Lead generation, social proof. Your sales pillar. Who here thinks it's important that you have a sales process that's well-oiled, that's proven to work on the outbound? Your outbound program of how you're acquiring customers must work. Who here believes that it's important that you have a phone system that's attached to your sales program that actually is able to answer calls for you if you're not answering them, right? Your sales process on inbound and outbound needs to be well-tuned, documented, and framed. It's a layer in your cake. And if you're not able to communicate exactly what your inbound sales process looks like and what it looks like on an outbound perspective, you need to get to work. Whether you're using Closer Framework or some other framework to be able to sell, just have a process in the way that you communicate with people. People want to know what kind of journey you bring someone through when you're communicating with them. Do you follow? Very important. Objection handling and these kind of components are just little bolt-ons, right? How do you deal with objections? Are you practiced or are you winging it? The vault has all this shit, guys. All of it, by the way, like all of it's in there. Okay. So now you have the sales component. That's 3 pillars: foundation, marketing, sales, right? Foundation, face of your business, voice of your business. Operations, all your SOPs. I know that for a fact that Skylar, when he has a work order that pumps out of the system, those trucks are ready to rock and roll. I know that the buckets that are on his truck are placed strategically on the truck because he's gone out there and actually figured out how to be out there for the least amount of time and have the most impact. Time is money. Operations, your SOPs, safety, all of your stuff relating to the operations of your business, you need to have tuned out. Finance. Is the finance pillar in your business? Do you guys have the understanding of how to read a P&L, a balance sheet, cash flow analysis? You guys understand how to build a budget, an assumptive versus actual? P&Ls, balance sheets, cash flow, budget, assumptive versus actual. Is there discipline? Are you using an accounting platform that is operated with discipline and integrity? I've asked so many businesses that do $2, $3, $4 million and I ask them what their net profit is and they don't know. I ask them what their average order value is, job size. I don't know. What's their gross margin? I don't know. I won't buy that business for anything worth any kind of value whatsoever if they're not doing the things that I'm talking about right now, guys. On a $2 or $3 million business, I wouldn't even offer them $200,000 for the business. And I'd ask for all the equipment to be involved with the acquisition as well, because you can't operate without the equipment. The business is dead without the equipment. A lot of people think they're going to go buy $1 million worth of equipment and then they're going to pay additional value for the business. you can create acquisition models like that. But the reality of it is a business must have the equipment to be able to actually operate based upon its financials. Do you follow what I mean, guys? And then there's a bonus portion of this that I'm going to add in that kind of ties it all together. Why we built, I'm just going to plug it, AK Dash. Because it's the system that ties it all together. It's not the best system out there. We're working hard on it. We're going to have the best system. It is a great system. But you need a system that ties it all together. And when you have that optimized, like I'm not talking about 5,000 things here, guys. I'm talking about 5 things. Start now. Like literally, if you don't have this stuff moving right now and you don't know how to do it, you got to get help to do it. You can't not do it. Unless you just want to get a paint roll in a 5-gallon pail and you want to go door to door and make, $500-600 a day. Still isn't that bad if you think about it, but Michael Winley, what's up, buddy?
Judd, how y'all doing? Good to be back.
Good to have you.
I just want to share with these guys that may not know or are on here new that it ain't gonna happen overnight for you. It's a process. And it might sound like a lot of information at first. Some of the stuff Skylar was talking about, you might not even have no idea what he meant by that. But within a year, 6 months or a year, the stuff Judd was talking about, you go in that vault, it's in there. While you're just starting and building, build with the right foundation. And within 12 to 18 months, it'll all start ringing true to you. You might not be able to go get the best website, web design, all that in the beginning. You might not be able to get all the Google reviews. You might not be able to hire anybody. But you get out there and start understanding the work, start implementing the systems and processes, and you'll start seeing growth. You'll start seeing people calling you. You'll start building. And a big thing of that is building the right relationships. You might not know it all. But if you build the right relationships and partner up with the right people that want to help you, this is the place to come to. If you don't know, ask. There ain't no only dumb question here is the one not asked. And then when you want to accelerate your business and you've done the things that you can do on your own and you want to start investing into your business, get the coaching. Get some coaching because they'll teach you these things. And the customer service with Dylan, Mackey, and Malone, it's phenomenal. They'll teach you how to do this stuff. What you don't understand, they'll teach it to you. They'll take the time. You can call them, become their friend, and they will teach it to you and your team. If you ain't got AK Dash or King Balls or got any coaching yet, plan on that being some of the most important things you do to build your business. Because if not, you'll go out there and wear yourself out doing $300 and $400 jobs 2 or 3 times a week trying to figure it out. I'm just saying, I'm learning these things. A year ago, I was clueless. Still clueless on a lot of it, but I'm learning and I can see the growth. I can see the future. This is what I do now. I don't do the other 2 side jobs. This is my business. This is what I'm building for me and my family. And I'm learning. And I just want to learn with the rest of y'all. So there's a lot of hope out there. You're in the right place. Trust me. Trust them. They want to help you.
Mike, we love you, man. And thank you. And by the way, we didn't pay Mike not even $1 to say that. That's, but,
no, I pay them. That's how good they are.
He pays
but,
us.
Hey, you want to know something? When I didn't have no money, they was there for me. They helped me. Yeah. Ain't nobody else coming on anywhere else in the world or around here that I know that's going to pour into you like they are right now for nothing. Yeah, they want you to buy their stuff. They got high quality stuff. And you're going to pay for it. But with that, you get the best customer service. You get all your needs met. They follow up. They want to help you succeed. Where else you going to find that at? Somebody else going to sell you something and forget about you. Not Asphalt Kingdom. They want to see you succeed.
Mike, I'm like, let me kind of share something, guys. I'm like 46 years old, right? I'm 46. I'm just a young lad. and started this back in 2003. And over the last 4 years, Matthias has helped a lot. Coach Schuyler's helped. Our coaches have helped a lot on the round tables, right? But we've done this almost every week consecutively for 4 years, you know? That's, what is that? There's 52 weeks. So what's that? 208 plus round tables we've done. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff, guys. I'm proud of what we've been able to do together, and all of you guys pouring into it as well. Like, this is the community. You know, the biggest thing, and Skylar and I spoke about this when we did the line striping workshop up at his place. We spoke about this, and the most painful thing, guys, the most painful thing for me over the last 23 years of being in this business is giving away all of this advice and just sharing as much as we possibly can, to having somebody go back to a place that isn't the ideal place. And it's like, on this roundtable, the stuff that we've shared alone here tonight, just on those 5 pillars that I've shared about valuations, how to build those valuations, and how to build a business, like all of that stuff that we've shared, guys, maybe 3% will actually go and pursue it. It's the stat, guys. It's really, really a bad stat. And I want us to break that stat. Like, do you remember, Skylar, when we've talked about this a bunch, man? It's like just so much, like so much that we try to push and then there's no follow through.
Yeah, I think we literally had the conversation of we'd rather give it away for free to someone that's going to implement it than like get paid to someone that's not. Like, that's how it's so draining when someone doesn't follow through, but it's so fulfilling when someone does. And the exchange of money is in hope that they're going to surrender money to help guarantee the follow through. But that's also not the fact at a lot of times too. Like, people just don't want to do the work. It's why I literally said the 10 times longer, 10 times harder, 10 times more expensive. Plan for that, you'll win. Right. And it's just get in the mindset of like, do the work from the beginning and follow through. It's just the consistency of following through.
Hey, Judd, my wife wants to say something real quick because she's been along this whole journey. A lot of times she's sitting right here beside me listening. She hears me listen to the round tables I may miss, the coaching. Listen, y'all, there's so much information. And I was the guy that didn't have no money. That started this with just a dream and a vision by going to one of the roundups and seeing what was going on. And I just want you to know that they operate in total transparency. They're genuine. Skylar, Matthias, they all want to help you. Been to the stripe. They want to help us, man. So this is the place. My wife's going to say, so I got no idea what she's going to say. So y'all, hey, I might have wished I would have done this.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Well, thank you.
I just want to say this from an outsider looking in, okay? My husband, Mike, started this business almost 2 years ago. He knew absolutely nothing about asphalt maintenance. And today I am just blown away, like literally blown away at where he is today. And all the support that Judd and Mackie and the coach, Dylan, and everyone with this organization has given him. My husband had very low self-esteem, no confidence, like he was just coming in this blindsided and knew nothing. Today, his phone is ringing off the hook with jobs. He has all these other paving contractors that have
relationships
connected with him, and they give him more work than he knows what to do with. It is mind-boggling to me. Our finances are just, in a place they've never been since he started this business. And now he's in a position where he's getting ready to hire people. And I can honestly say, from an outsider looking in, he would never be where he is at today without all of you and your support and your love and your encouragement. I mean, just the encouragement. He has so much confidence today when he speaks to people, and the trainings, like he went to many trainings for the weekends, and going to one next month in New Orleans, and it's just so appreciated from a family member just to see that you just don't sell him equipment. Like, you really have invested in not only his life but in our family,
Amen.
and have putting us in a position that we're just so forever grateful. And maybe you all don't hear that enough. Maybe sometimes people just, want to pick your brains and get information, but you guys are so appreciated from my family and from my friends and just everyone. Like, people in this industry have told my husband here in Mississippi, where he is today, most people aren't there within the first year of their business. And like, he's like 3 years ahead of what most other people would be starting out. So for those of you that maybe are new with Asphalt Kingdom or whatever, I just want you to know it does make a difference. They have come alongside him, they have held his hand, they have supported him, they have loved him, they have encouraged him, and I just want to say thank you. Bye.
Wow.
Well, I approve that message, because sometimes I don't have no control over what she says. Believe me when I say that.
It's hearing it from Miss Winsley. I mean, that is extremely special, man. Like, when you okay, let me put it into words, guys. Let me get it out. Let me spit it out. This is why I needed to figure out how we could do this for another decade or two. Do you follow my do you understand, guys? Because I don't want just you guys on the stream. We all want to make this world better, man, where we can build small businesses, we can help families to succeed, help people actually believe in something that is bigger than just them, where they are right now. Guys, there's stories of people where they're sitting on their couch in their mother's basement at 40 years old with their hand over one eye, with empty beer bottles all over the room with cigarette butts, and they watch a commercial on TV, on YouTube, and they're like, man, that's inspiring. I just heard Mike Winsley talk. Like, maybe I could change my life. Maybe I could do something. And so you guys, by just being here and just learning and going out there to apply, there's one core value that we have here at Asphalt Kingdom. It's the final core value that we have, which is pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Amen.
That's what's really important, guys. The golden nuggets here, it's not just about going out to do it, but it's like, take what you're learning here and then go teach somebody else how to do it. Help them, right? That's the brilliant thing. Like, when I read books, I like to read a lot of books, and now I'm reading more than I ever have, because I'm learning how to be a better CEO. I'm going from a founder to become a CEO right now, and because our CEO retired after 16 years. Can you imagine? So I have to become a CEO. I have to learn how to become a CEO, and going from a founder that's like a yes man, yes man, yes man. Now I have to figure out how to say, whoa, let me think about this for a little bit longer. It's interesting, but it's a journey, man, that I'm grateful to be on with all of you guys, for sure. Who here is struggling with a next step to grow or start or whatever it is? Anybody struggling with a step that they're unaware of? It's foggy to them, that maybe we could try to make the lens a little bit more clear? Anyone? Because that's what we're here, right? We gotta, yeah, Cam?
I don't know that there's just one step, because I think I'm kind of where Mike was 2 years ago. I'm starting green as grass, and it's not just one step I'm looking at. It's like I'm drinking from a fire hose, and I'm trying to decide which side of the stream am I supposed to stick my mouth around to understand. And I have looked a little bit at the vault. It becomes overwhelming at some points. I mean, I'm trying to put a website together. I'm trying to get ready for this spring. And so right now I feel overwhelmed and it's like, okay, what should I focus on right now?
Yeah, it's a great question, right? Um, I would say that with Mike Winsley, what he said, and I'm just going to throw it out there. If you have the ability to invest into coaching that would provide you with a very clear path of the things that you needed to execute on, along with accountability, where you're going to be held accountable to doing those things. That's what my recommendation to anyone on here, no matter where you are in your journey, because we have between our coaches, Skylar, Dylan McCann, we've got our coaches that have built really beautiful businesses and they understand these pieces that are so important. It's really, really, Cam, if you can. If you can't, then what my recommendation would be to do is start inside of the vault and um, and to go through the marketing checklist as a starting point, marketing checklist. And I think if you do the marketing checklist, that would be something I would start with. The next thing is I would get access to the sales power stack training that we have. Then I'd get trained up on Dash. And if you're unsure about how to are you aware of how to go do the workout in the field? Are you comfortable and confident that you can go out and rock the striper? Yeah, you're good. Okay. That's where I would start. You need to build a marketing and a sales engine right now, right? Like those are the two things. Marketing and sales is what I'd focus on quite a bit. And then having your AK dash firing. Those are the areas that I would start with. And don't go through, don't feel like you have to digest everything in the vault. Just digest what I'm saying right there. But the coaching, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, guys, I mean, for anyone, some of you are on the Pothole Army. You guys have gone through the Pothole Army training. Some of you, you guys know how we operate. For those of you that have had coaching, you know the value that you get out of that. It gives you things that are in front of you that you can digest and then act on. The systems are built. Whether you adopt them or not is up to you. But does that help, Cam? Just marketing, sales engine, system.
Yeah, yeah. We'll look into that here and I'll see if I can reach back out to Dylan and see if we can put something together.
Yeah, I would strongly urge that. And figure out what it is, right? And that makes the most sense for you, and then roll from there. Marissa, what's happening? Looks like, are you underground, man? Where are you?
Hi, no, I am on a oil sands in northern Alberta.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. You have your hand up. Do you have a question? Is there something you want to share?
Yes, well, not necessarily more more a question. I'm also a beginner. I started last year, um, thinking it's an easy thing, but I was absolutely wrong. But just the background, I'm a journeyman scaffolder, and I'm starting this as a side gig because I work 7 days on, 7 days off, and I wanted to, take the opportunity to try because we have a lot of potholes up here because of the winter freeze thaw, and I hate it. So I want to make money out of it by solving the problem. Anyways, the question is, I lack experience. I lack the hands-on experience. I like to think I'm confident enough to go out there and knock doors and, ask the questions, to hopefully strike some contract. But I'm just wondering if there are any brothers or sisters in this group that are willing to take me before, the winter goes out, because our season starts about March or April. I want to go out to the States where it's in hot season. I want to get the hands-on training. Go there for 3 weeks, hopefully, and learn. I really want to know that I'm doing things right. I watch a lot of your videos and I'm grateful for it, but I want to do it like hands on. I want to know the simple way of doing it. So I'm not struggling every time. Please and
Sure.
thank you.
Yeah, I understand. I understand completely. Going to work with a crew for 3 weeks would be pretty cool. That would be awesome. It would be awesome. I don't know if somebody's on here that, would have you come and work with them for 3 weeks and for them to teach you about how to build your business. But I'll tell you that there's something that's really important that I'm going to share with you guys. Relationships are push-pull. Push and pull. Our coaching program legitimately exists because we want to make sure that we're paid very well for our time so that we can teach at a world-class level so that you can get a level of excellence delivered to you. We're talking about people who have built seven-figure businesses in this industry plus and exited the industry as well. My recommendation to you, Barissa, is not to go out there for 3 weeks. You don't need 3 weeks. But my recommendation is take that hard-earned money that you have and invest it in the best place that you ever could, which is learning how to build this business properly, and then absolutely go crush it and build your business. That's what I would recommend to you. That's the best advice I could ever give.
Is that like a training module that you have, like an online thing, or what is it?
No, you can actually go so as an example, you've got Skylar. Skylar, just come off mute for a second. Skylar runs a multi-million-dollar operation, multi-crew, has built a beautiful business. Well, Skylar, just introduce yourself so everybody knows who you are and what you've accomplished.
That's me. What do you what you put me on the spot.
All right. So let's
yeah.
say Barissa comes down. He knows nothing about the business. He started last year, but he wants to build a business from the ground up and he wants to learn how to do this the right way. Tell him a little bit about your operation there and what kind of experience he could experience potentially if he came down there for 5 days, for example.
Yeah. Multi seven-figure business. It grows at an average of 30+%. 27.8% is like our average year over year. And that is still at our size. We're still growing that way. 15-ish employees at any given time. We have 5 to 6 people currently right now in the off season working 40 to 60 hours a week, building the business. In millions of dollars of revenue means hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on the bottom line, custom built trucks, business consultants, full-time controller and accountant working for the business internally, HR consultant, anything you could probably imagine, DOT, all of it, right? Like you don't, after you get to some size, like all of those pillars that Judd talked about, right? Like, our ad spend is, I think we're at 12 or 15,000 a month right now. So we're running and marketing and spending ad dollars at scale. So we understand that. I'm trying to think what else, but like off the top of my head, yeah, like those are it.
Or just to give you pushing a crack sealing machine, seal coating and striping, those are important pieces for sure. Not to say they're not in any way, shape, or form, but there's also another component of this. Let's say that you went for 5 days, right? Or longer, or whatever it is that you chose. You're gonna be involved with a business that's a thriving business that you get to sit kind of in that seat with. That's like, when you go to university and you're sitting there and you've got the teacher that's teaching some business course, right? What's a business course that a professor will teach, guys? Any course? What kind of business course?
Economics.
Economics? All right, cool. So economics, and a professor's teaching you, right? Teaching you, but they've never built a business in their life. This is a little bit different, right? So that's something, Brissa, I strongly recommend. Dylan Malone is on here right now. Brissa, if you want to drop your contact information into the chat, Dylan Malone will call you and chat with you about this kind of a concept. And then we can also connect the dots with Skylar. Does that sound fair?
Thank you so much for answering the question. I'm looking forward to learning from you guys. I want to create opportunity for myself and for my family, and create jobs for others as well. And for the brother that's asking, I'm from Fort McMurray, Alberta. So our season is only about 100 days, so I got to make the most of it. So that's why I'm willing to come out and learn with the American neighbors teach me, because I know the southern states are still warm and they're still going right now. So I'm willing to take, I'm willing to take that step to learn from the practical part of it, of course, the business part of it. That you said, I'll leave my contact information, and I gotta head back to work. I really appreciate.
Don't forget your light. Don't forget your light.
Absolutely. Thank you very
See
much.
you. Nice to meet you, Brissa. We'll see you on the inside, man. Cool. All right, let's rock and roll, guys. We've got a few hands up here. Whoever wants to go first, just come off mute and let's roll. Let's go.
All right, guys. Quick rundown.
Something.
My name is Jason. I'm a co-founder of Seal Coaters Paradise with Cameron Salzman. We are, as a company, going into our third year. We're going full time this year. Very happy to say. I guess my question is, a lot of the second year, we spent our time on working on systems, primarily, SOPs, just figuring out how to get the work done at a faster rate while keeping the quality up. My question is as we continue to work on these systems and continue to outsource, and I'm kind of asking, when are we looking to hire admin? When are we looking to hire labor and sales, and like what order? The reason I ask that is me and Cameron, we wear every hat in the business. We have a laborer, but we're on the job, got to answer the phone when it calls. Got to run around, do this, do that, get the leads, keep track of all the numbers. It's not impossible. A lot of people do it. A lot of people are solo entrepreneurs, but we're trying to build a system. Like you said, when you buy a business, you're not buying the CEO. You're buying a business that has systems in place that's self-sustaining, where you don't have to put 40 hours a week in. So again, I guess my question is, at what stages are you looking to hire, in what field, as an admin, sales, and labor?
Labor first. It's the cheapest. It's the easiest to replace. Lowest paying task typically. You should be able to hire a tech for 20-ish bucks, and they should be able to produce for you. From there, your administrative and sales are still the highest paid task, probably at your size. I wouldn't hire an admin. 750 is probably your bottom line for an admin. It's where we hired ours. I would still say it was semi-premature as well. There was times where things got tight because the overhead of an admin that is quality can get expensive. You can get fractional admin help, whether that be a bookkeeper for $200 or $500 a month. Those type of things. Fill in with those type of admin tasks till you're probably up over $1 million. From there, after $1 million, you definitely got to start hiring now people to manage people. So now it's you start adding infrastructure with foremans and managers and those type of things. But yeah, so I would say replace labor as soon as possible. That's number one. Focus all your discretionary efforts on admin tasks and sales, because it is the highest paying task that you know how to complete at this current moment. As soon as you're so busy, you guys can no longer sell. And when I say so busy, you're working 60, 80 hours a week. Cause the reality is of the whole 40-hour a week dream, don't have to work thing is that's a long time away.
Yeah.
Right. Judd will tell you, I'm sure he still works more than 40 hours, at times when he needs to.
Yeah. Not looking to get out the labor. I understand that. I'm trying to just figure out where my time is most valuable and put more of my time into it. But I see so you would recommend, I don't know how many laborers you run in a crew, but you would recommend saying get 2 or 3 laborers out there that's doing all the physical work, and then currently spend most of our time behind the phone and getting the leads and everything else on the back end.
Correct. Sell jobs. It's the highest paying task currently. I would say you would know how to perform.
Yeah, and that's why I'd ideally probably, give that last is sales. I mean, that's kind of the order I'm looking is labor, admin, and then sales. And you said you wouldn't touch an admin until you're doing 750, or is 750 the exact number, or is it just to the point where, okay, I don't have time to do everything else because I'm on my phone 24/7, or I'm always, always at a quote?
I would say it's probably that thing. I wouldn't hire an admin, and like the job of the entrepreneur is to do your current job and the job of the future person you're going to hire, right? Like that's the job of the entrepreneur. And that's where I'm saying, like, everybody kind of thinks like, oh, I can do your job is to work 80 hours now. So in a year from now, you can replace 40 of that with a person and you have the cash sitting there to do so. You're working now's job and next year's job, or the person you need to hire's job. And then you stack that cash away for a year and you hire that person. And like, this isn't always the case because like eventually the flywheel goes enough where like the cash flow in the business makes more cash than hiring people. And you can kind of quasi throw a dart at it. But like, I would 100% max out first and keep the cash on hand and then add that person.
I would also strongly urge, and guys, just for the interest of time, we're over time for the roundtable tonight. All right. So I want to touch on something which I think is really, really important as well. You and Cameron also need, I'm sure you already have, you need a very, very clear line to understand each other's roles and responsibilities in detail, where each partner can make the decisions without the other. It's very, very important. That kind of governance between you guys and that boundary is crucial in a successful partnership. If you guys are doing the same thing and there is not a leader, like for you guys to both just say, oh, we're the leaders of the sales together, it doesn't work that way. One of you needs to lead the sales. Do you understand?
No, that's
very important.
Yeah, we actually got together this off season a couple weeks, been kind of divvying everything up like you're saying now, because it's nice to wear every hat and learn expertise, but you also should be working towards your strengths. Cameron's very technology smart, system smart. He's ran employees at another company before, so he's very understanding. I'm more on the sales and the marketing side, so we've been getting together just to see our strengths and see what we could put on each other's plate. I'm the direct leader of this, you're the direct leader of that. There's no gray area. And I guess,
crucial, brother. It's crucial. It's crucial.
Running out of time. This is probably a real basic question. Where's the best place to find laborers? I know it's a real basic question.
You would solve the worldwide problem if you figure that out.
We're working on it.
I got you. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys' time.
Usually there's this thing, even with sales prospecting, people your people know, and then cold call. All right, cool. Yes, Skylar. Thank you, brother. Maddie, I know you've had your hand up for a while, dude. We're gonna field one more question, and then we're out of here, guys. We're going to bake the cake, right? Bake the cake.
Hey guys, thank you so much for allowing me to be talking.
Can't hear you. You're gonna have to talk way up, Maddie.
Okay, can you hear me?
Barely.
Hello? Barely. I'll talk louder. Hey, I was gonna say thank you guys for having this and hosting Asphalt Kingdom. I really appreciate it. I'm starting off brand new. I'm fresh, and I have a lot to offer and a lot to look forward to. But my biggest compromise, or the thing that I'm struggling with the most right now, is that I have some life things going on. For instance, I have a daughter. She's 2 years old, and I have also one on the way, and I'm 40 years old, and I'm just starting this new journey. So I know that And when I hear a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my friends and stuff, they have kids in college and they're about my age. So it's hard to hear that. And I'm starting fresh. I have a striping company and I'm trying to expand out. So I guess what I'm really asking is, what's the next step? I got the striping down. I got the striping machines. I got the trailer. I got everything. And I've been selling that. And I want to expand another service. And I want something to go complementary with that won't you know take too much away from me financially up front.
I would go sell more jobs. And so what I would do is I would actually get on AK Dash and I would learn the system, how to do pavement assessments and proposals. Once you're on AK Dash, you'll get access to the vault. I would go in the vault. I would go through the foundation, the marketing, the sales, the operations, the finance, go through the portions that I spoke about earlier in the meeting you may have not been on. I'd watch the sales power stack training. I'd grow what you already have to the next step, reinvest into the business, into other services as you make an ROI, and then build a business that you look back on and your family looks back on and says, man, what an incredible thing Dad built. That's what I would do.
Are you saying to continue down the path of the striping? Obviously the striping, because I've been doing it, but
sure,
without offering another service at the moment?
Right now, I would just stay really focused and sharp on what you're doing right now and get really good at that. Make sure your systems and processes are nailed. And then I would probably add in crack sealing and patching and seal coating down the line. But make sure that you've got what you've got working well. Work with subcontractors or what we call performance partners to be able to execute on the seal coating and patching side of the business. Just focus on striping. In addition to that, those partnerships that you'll end up building, they'll probably have striping work as well that they'll end up subcontracting you for as well, or just passing those leads along. You have an opportunity to build a multiple six-figure striping business if you do it right.
What I'm worried about is that a lot of the people I talk to, asphalt, paving, they all do striping. Everyone does. And how do you compete with that?
Well, I'll just say this. Just straight up. Yeah, Mike, I know you're on there. What straight up, brother? I was worried about a lot of things too when I first got started, but I built a 7-figure company, sold it, and now have helped more people start asphalt maintenance businesses than any other person on the planet. The advice I just gave you right there, I would strongly urge you that you take that, brother, and then we rock and roll and build your business together. The community's here for you ongoing. You've got this.
Thank you.
Hey, sell so much paving for the paving guys, they ain't got time to do their own striping and they give it all to you. That's what I'm doing. Or trying to. Give them the leads, they'll give you the striping. Get a little no touch off of it, build it. Great relationship partners. Keep them busy. Send them stuff. They'll say, oh, this guy, he's genuine. Been sending me stuff for a year. Well, I ain't got time to stripe all these parking lots. I'm going to go pay. Hey, Michael, you want to go stripe this parking lot? You want to stripe this? Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. It's all about building the right relationships with the right performance partners. You feed them, they'll feed you. It might not seem like a lot in the beginning, but when it comes, it's coming. Hang on. That's it. Sorry, y'all.
All right, guys. We appreciate everyone hopping on tonight. Hopefully you guys got some extra, bonus golden nuggets there out of the extra 10 minutes tonight. Guys, for goodness sakes, don't just watch this once in the live environment, right? You guys have the ability to be able to watch this again at 2 times speed, even if you wanted to, right? There's a lot of golden nuggets here, guys, a lot. You guys can also transcribe the YouTube videos as well, right? That could get transcribed. You could throw that into Chat GPT and create a plan for yourself of what you need to execute on with a checklist, right? Wink. That's a wink, wink. It's like, yes. Oh yeah, we could do that. That's good. Got it? All right, cool. Guys, have a beautiful night, man. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place, right here on the AK Roundtable. See you guys.